While we're on the topic of the wp-config.php file, let me bring your attention to one more security feature that is usually built in by default in WordPress. If you go to this file and scroll down, you'll find this section here that says Authentication Unique Keys and Salts. And if everything is correct, you should see something like what you're seeing here. You see a set of these auth keys and secure auth keys and logged in key and lots of different things. And when you scroll to the side, you'll see a bunch of really weird looking code that's just random nonsense. These are the security keys and salts that WordPress uses to authenticate that you are in fact who you say you are. And there's a very real reason why you have these keys in place. Let's say you're at a coffee shop somewhere and you're logged into your WordPress site. If the keys weren't there and a really clever person was sitting next to you, they could sometimes be able to piggyback onto your network access and then sneak in while you're logged in and pretend to be you and then make changes to your content. What these keys do is they allow WordPress to randomize a set of keys that they send to your computer as you're using it and then to the server. And then anytime you try to do something like delete a post or add a new post or make a change to some other setting, then WordPress will validate that that key is in fact correct on both computers. And that key cannot be shared between more than one computer at a time. So that way, by having the unique keys and salts in place, no one can hack into your site as you're using it and pretend to be you and do weird things on the server. The reason why I'm pointing this out is because in some rare cases, when, for instance, you have to install WordPress on your own and you have to create a WP config file, or if something goes wrong on the server as WordPress is being installed, you may not have actual keys here. Instead, you'll have some actual text that says something like, place your randomized key here on all these fields. In those cases, you want to create a new set of randomized keys and enter them. And you can also do that if you think something happened to your site and it's been compromised, or if you just want to up the level of security on your site. It's actually really easy. You don't have to go and type this out yourself. You can simply go and grab the URL that's provided here in the comments, copy it out, paste it into any browser. And this takes you to a page that automatically generates a new set of keys and salts for you. Then you just grab this entire stack of code, copy it out, go back to your code editor, and just replace what's already here. Save it. And now you'll see I'm currently logged into my site. And when I reload, I have to log back in because I have a new set of keys and salts. And that means my server no longer trusts that I am who I was a minute ago. So I have to log back into my site to regain access. So here you have two important pieces of information. First, when you install a new WordPress site, it's always a good idea to go to the server, get a hold of the WP config file and go into it and make sure that you actually have all your keys and salts randomized and in place. The second thing is, if for some reason you think your site has been compromised and you quickly want to lock it down, you can simply go grab the WP config file, get a new set of keys and salts, smack them in, put them up on the site, and anyone who's logged into the site will immediately get logged out and they have to log back in using their old credentials. That way, you quickly secure the site and you ensure that anyone who somehow managed to sneak their way into the site by piggybacking off your connection lose that connection immediately.